Okay. Here we go. Okay, just gonna get this set up. Awesome. Oh my gosh, hi everyone. Okay, we're back. We did it. We did it. Hi everybody. Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Where is everybody from? Hi, honey. I love seeing all the hi honeys in the. Okay, everyone, tell me where you are, where you're from. Y'all, I have not gone live in 2 years. Maybe not quite 2. It's been a long time. Got Dallas. I love Dallas. London, UK, Rhode Island. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see everyone. Ohio, Dayton, Ohio. I'm from Dayton. I love that. I'll be back in Dayton for the holidays. Oh, hello, everyone. We've got LA, we've got Seaside, Oregon. Oh my gosh. Hi. Yes. Thank you for coming to Pals for the Book event. Welcome to my Talk Shop Live. I have had the dream since I was a child of being on QVC, and now here we are in the QVC of social media, right? My name is Travis. It's so good to see you all. I'm so grateful to be here tonight. We are going to have the best time together. We're going to have so much fun. Something that I'm most looking forward to tonight is chatting about my new book, Are You There, Spirit? It's me, Travis. It's available now. If you are on Facebook or Instagram, comment the word shop and they'll send you a link. If you are on YouTube, you can click the link in the comments. And if you're on TalkShop, you can purchase the book directly through TalkShop with the link. So again, if you are on YouTube or if you're on Instagram or Facebook, just comment shop. And then if you're on YouTube, you can buy the link in the profile or, same thing with TalkShopLive. I'm so excited to be here. We're going to have so much fun tonight. I'm going to answer your questions about the book. I'm going to talk about things happening, right now. If you're watching and you're in if you're in the New York City area or you're in the Philadelphia area, I will be live next week in those cities. So check out tickets on my website. But let's talk book. Let's talk about Are You There, Spirit? It's me, Travis. I'm so excited. This is my very first book. I'm so proud of it. And it's something that I really hope you enjoy as well. I've had, the honor and privilege of doing this work as a medium for the last 5 years. And I'm just so grateful for the journey. I'm so grateful where things have expanded. And I'm so grateful to be here with all of you tonight. Ben asked, was there a specific experience that pushed you to share your gift more publicly? And, there wasn't like a specific necessarily moment. It was like a series of moments. But what had happened was I was in the beauty industry for 17 years. And I left the beauty industry back in 2020. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to help people. I knew that I wanted to share this ability with people. I just didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know that was something I could do. And one day I got on TikTok and I started reading tarot cards on TikTok back in November of 2020. If you know, you know. If you've been with me for this journey, you know. And I would read these cards on TikTok and then people reach out and they'd be like, do you give readings? And 5 years later, here we are. Thank you for the comment on my skin. I really appreciate that. um, but I get to do this work, and it's such an honor. I say that all the time, that to do this work is an honor, but it's true. Um, but the intention for tonight, I'm going to answer your questions that you might have about the book, about mediumship, about signs and symbols. We can do whatever we want here. I just want to thank TalkShop for giving us the time and the space to be able to do this. Um, Ren asked, how has your relationship with spirit changed since writing this book? And my relationship with spirit has deepened. Growing up, I didn't have a specific belief in like a god or spirit or the universe. I just believed that there was something else. There was something else that connected all of us. I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know what that was. And so my connection with spirit and the universe and the divine, it's deepened um, dramatically. And I have such a deep, strong faith in the universe and in the energy of the universe. And so it's brought me closer to those beliefs. And it's helped me form what those beliefs look like as well. Gina asked, I love how you call yourself the internet's gay uncle. What does being that voice mean to you in your daily life? I have to tell you something. I start all my videos with, my name is Travis. I'm a medium. If you don't believe in mediums, just consider me your gay uncle. I wasn't thinking about that when I was making those videos. I was just like, that sounds fun. And I am an uncle. I have two beautiful nephews who I dedicate the book to, that's dedicated to Parker and Carter, my two beautiful nephews. And I was making a video one day and I was like, if I was giving them advice, what would that sound like? If I was giving them a reading, what would that sound like? And I think the character of gay uncle, or the energy of gay uncle, I don't have children of my own, but I do have my nephews. I love what it means to be able to provide someone guidance or wisdom. And we're all family here, so just kind of my mouth. But I think when I think of like gay uncles or gay aunts, or I just think of fun, like like we're like the fun caretakers that come in, and we're going to tell you to eat your vegetables and drink your water, but we're also going to make you laugh and probably buy you a bunch of toys. Um, Julie from Pittsburgh asked, do angel numbers have specific meanings? So with angel numbers and numerology, yes, the numbers do have a specific meaning. And when I was first diving into angel numbers and learning what they were, I became very obsessed of like what each one meant. Now, when I just see them, I think more so as it's a synchronicity. It's a wink or a hello from the universe or from my guides, letting me know that I'm on the right path, or letting me know that right where I'm at is where I'm supposed to be in that moment. And it's a reminder of that connection that I have. So for me at the time, like, I'd be like, oh my gosh, 444, divine protection, or 777, luck, or 888, abundance, and I think those things are beautiful. But for me now, it's really more so the winks than anything. Looking through some of the questions, Delaney asked, what's the most surprising thing spirit has ever taught you through a client reading? There's been so many things that I've learned from spirit. I don't know if there's like one that's like the most impactful, because I think they're all impactful in different ways. But the thing that always stands out to me is that we are all divinely connected, and that we all have the ability to connect, whether that be to our angels, our spirit guides, our departed loved ones. We all have that inherent connection within us. And when we tap into that connection, when we allow that connection to grow, we can live a very magical, divinely guided life. And the thing that I find to be the most exciting when I'm reading for someone is to see someone who connects the signs, or they understand the signs, or they're noticing the signs, and that's starting to kind of wake them up to this wonderful thought that we can all live this amazing, expansive life. Mary asked, how do you protect your own energy when you're doing so many readings for people who are hurting or grieving? Beautiful question. So when I am reading for people and I'm connecting into spirit, that energy feels life-giving to me. So for me in that connection, it lights me up, it exhilarates me. Um, it's an honor to hold space for grief. It's an honor to be with people in those moments. It doesn't necessarily take a lot out of me. The only time it can take a lot out of me is if I'm doing a lot of other stuff. Like if I'm on the road touring or if I've got interviews or if I've got to write a book, it's like all of those other things. So I do make sure that I take plenty of time to rest, to recharge. Anytime I'm done with clients, I just envision myself bathed in white light. I lovingly release all of that energy off of me, but I don't really carry it though. I feel very fortunate. I feel very fortunate that I don't really carry that with me. Ben asked, what do you wish people knew about contacting or sensing spirit on their own? I wish that people knew that everybody could do it. And it's there. I sometimes get asked, what do I need to do to connect to spirit? And it's not necessarily what we need to do. It's what we need to stop doing. When we are swimming in doubt or fear, or we're disregarding the experiences that we're having, that can make us feel like our connection is blocked. That connection is always there. It's like the Wi-Fi or the radio waves, right? It's just a matter of, are we tuning into it? And if we're not tuning into it, there's probably something that's keeping us from tuning into it. So what's the thing that we need to stop doing? Looking through some of the questions, this is so fun. I'm so happy to do this. I'm going to do more lives. This is great. As a reminder, if you are interested in purchasing the book, it is a signed Bookplate book, meaning there's a beautiful sticker. I signed a whole bunch of them and we popped them in the book. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, you can comment shop. If you are on YouTube, there's a link in the show description or in the comments that you can click. And if you're watching from TalkShop, there's a link that's available for you to shop. Looking through, someone said, yeah, fear stops me. When I start to open up, I get scared, not sure. Okay, that's okay. The energy of spirit, it's expansive energy. And so sometimes when we're connecting in, we can feel nervous. I had a client today, and a lot of clients say this to me, where we're getting ready for the session. They'll go, gosh, my anxiety is like through the roof. I don't know why. I'm not normally anxious. But what that is that's the energy of spirit. And for a long time, I thought that I did not realize that that's what was happening to me. So before I would give readings, I would get so anxious. I would get so nervous. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I hope they cancel. And what it was me sensing the energy of spirit. So if you're really nervous before a reading, or if you feel that anxiety, that's actually a good thing. It means loved ones are coming through to talk. Hi, Lynn from Boston. It's so nice to be connected with you. You'd like to know, does your pet that passed away remember you when you go to heaven? Yeah, they do. They remember you. And a lot of times they come to greet us. If they depart before we do, oftentimes they greet us, which is really beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. Someone said, just started reading your book, and I love the chapter about the Alexa reading. It was a beautiful chapter, and very true. My office is just right across the hall from me, and that story still blows my mind. Looking through, Anne says, I'm a tarot reader with anxiety. It is crazy. Yeah, a lot of times that anxiety, it's just us sensing the energy of spirit. And that's what that is. I know that that might sound like kind of like, okay, but it's true. It's just the energy. And so we have to remind ourselves, this is safe. This is safe to do. Hi, Marcy from Kansas. It's so good to see you. Thank you for being here. Someone had asked, can you tell me if my dad is okay? He passed December 1st. You can still feel his essence. So listen, here's the deal. I'm not doing readings on here tonight, but I will tell you, our loved ones that depart, they all pass okay. They all pass fine, no matter how they passed. They all pass just fine. And we talk a lot about that in the book as well. We talk about some different departures that happen. We talk about some different ways that people have left this earth. And it is my experience with spirit that they all pass. Sometimes when we are in grief or deep grief after somebody passes, our intuition is wide open. And so sometimes that's where we might feel like, oh, I can really feel my loved one. And then after some time, I kind of stopped feeling them. You didn't stop feeling them. You just started feeling them in a different way. That's all that is. And as we heal, or as our nervous system sometimes regulates, and our intuition, it doesn't turn off, it never turns off, but it's not as sensitive. And that's why that's happening. Let's see. Somebody said, I would be anxious to get a reading because I don't know if expectations versus reality would align. I just say go in with no expectations when you're getting a reading, that's sometimes those are the best readings when you don't have any expectations. You just, obviously you want your person that's reading for you to deliver. Obviously you want there to be things that they can validate, things that are accurate, but I think if you go in with an open heart and an open mind, it'll be great. The script, Amy says, I keep seeing 222 or 2112 or 2121. Are they related? Yeah, those are angel numbers. And angel numbers, to me, those are little winks from our guides or the universe just letting us know that we are right where we need to be, or a reminder that we are supported, loved, and guided. And then I love hearing that they passed just fine. I lost my mom 28 years ago. I'm so sorry to hear that, honey. And it was 2 days before Thanksgiving, and I was just 18 years old. At her funeral was when I saw behind her childhood best friend who's doing the eulogy. That's beautiful. Let's see. Hi in Canada. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. So those of you that are here, I'm actually reading comments from several platforms. So we have some on TalkShop, some on Instagram, some on Facebook, some on YouTube. So if you see me reading comments and you're like, I don't see that comment, I'm not making them up. I promise. They just might be on a different platform. But if you are just joining us, or if you're hanging out, my new book, Are You There, Spirit? It's me, Travis, is out now, and we are offering signed copies this evening. If you are interested in purchasing a copy of the book, if you are on Facebook or Instagram, comment shop, and a link will be sent to you. If you are on YouTube, just go in the comments and then hit the shop link, or hit the link in the comments of YouTube. And then if you are on TalkShopLive, the link is there to purchase. Okay, going into some more. You all have wonderful questions. Kim asked, are you coming to Seattle anytime soon? So actually, I live in Tacoma, and I just did a show in Tacoma the other night. It was so fun. She asked, what does your show consist of? I would love to see you. Thank you so much. So my live show, and if you're in the New York City area, or if you're in the Philadelphia area next week, I will be in both of those cities next week. And I've got a bunch of dates for 2026 that we're loading up. You can check my website for that, travisholp.com. But my live show is, it's an hour and a half of mediumship. I come out, I take the stage, I share a little bit about my journey, who I am. I do tell jokes, not because I think I'm funny, just I'm gay and have trauma. Therefore, I had to get something out of the deal. And so I do tell a little bit of my story. I prep the audience for how the night is going to go, because if you've never seen a live medium work before, it can be, it's an experience. So I share about how I work. And then once we get started, I start sharing messages with members in the audience, from those that have departed. I do work evidentially, which means I share, names, dates, who they were, how they passed, all of that. And I deliver messages of what they are wanting to share with you from where they are on the other side. It's a really fun show. Of course, I'm biased, but it's a really beautiful evening of healing messages, a validation of the continuation of consciousness. It's really fun. So Diana asked, what's one chapter of the book that was the hardest to write emotionally? I want to be honest, I don't know if there was one that was the hardest to write. I do believe there was one that was like really freeing to write. And um it was chapter it's called The Heart of the Matter. I think that's chapter 6. I should know the chapters of these books. And it's where I am talking about I went through EMDR, which if you don't know what EMDR is, it's a type of therapy where they use eye movement and you reprogram deep trauma. And so I'm going through it's this chapter where I'm writing about this. I'm talking about the relationship that I had with my mom. And I came to this like kind of like crazy deep revelation about the relationship I had with my mom and the relationship that she had with her mom. And so for me, that felt so freeing. And I remember writing it, and I remember like it was like I was like writing and processing it at the same time. And I just started crying, but it wasn't crying from pain. It was crying from, oh my gosh, this just like set me free. And so I wrote about that, and it's uh, one of my favorite chapters in the book. And oh, Nicole, thank you for coming to the West Palm Beach show. That was such a fun night. I really appreciate that. And yeah, and EMDR, it can be heavy because it's bringing up a lot of intense stuff, and it's not like traditional talk therapy where you've got some time. It's very condensed into a few weeks. So it's I think it's beautiful. It's not for everyone, but I think it's beautiful. Hi Darrington, it's so good to see you. Elizabeth says, sometimes I smell cigarettes around me, wondering if this is so normal. Fiance passed away back in March. Yes, cigarette smoke, fragrances, certain things that we smell, but it's not there. If you smell that smell and you think, oh my goodness, that's my loved one, it's a really good chance that it is. Hi in Australia. I want to visit Australia so bad. It is on my bucket list. I have a passport. I'm ready. I am ready. I am coming. I'm trying to finalize some things in Texas. It's my hope to come in Texas. Trills, where are you in Texas? Hi, Jamie. Oh, thank you so much for coming to the show and reading the book. I really appreciate you. I so appreciate you. Hi, Teresa. It's so good to see you. Yeah, I think I would have the best time in Australia. I think it would be so good. What's the difference between doing a private reading versus performing for an audience at a comedy club? That's a awesome question. So in a private reading, there's more time and it's a guaranteed reading, right? When you're coming to a show with a live audience, it's not guaranteed that you're going to get a message. And the readings at the live show, they have to be a little bit shorter. So I get about, 8 to 12 minutes with one person to deliver messages. So while it's a lot of information, in a private session, we have more time. We can let the information breathe. More evidence can come through. So, the live shows, great. And I highly encourage people to come. If you are in New York or in Philly, I've got shows there next week. On Monday and Tuesday, I would love to see you. But when you're in a private session with me, there's more time to dive into things. And sometimes it doesn't always have to be spirit mediumship. We can also dive into transformational work. We can do psychic reading, whatever is kind of needed. So Anne wants to know, can you talk a bit more about your readings and what each one contains that we can purchase from your website? Yeah, absolutely. I'm more than happy to talk about readings. Before I talk about readings, if you're interested in purchasing the book, you can get the book. If you're on Instagram and Facebook, comment shop. If you are on YouTube, there's a link to purchase. And if you're on TalkShopLive, there's obviously a link as well. Okay, so Anne asked, what's the difference in my reading? So on my website, I offer a 45-minute session and an hour session. In my readings, it really depends on the need of the person that I'm reading for. So obviously, we can do mediumship, which is connecting to those that have departed. We can also do psychic reading, which is tapping into the energy of the living. So tapping into the energy of where someone is, perhaps maybe a little bit of how they got there, and then where they're headed. You see 333 for viewers. Of course you do. Of course you do. And so those are the differences. So in the readings, we can really kind of dive into whatever is needed. The thing with 45 minutes, it's going to be a little bit more succinct, a little bit more kind of tightened up with the time. An hour, it just gives us a little bit more time together to let some of those messages expand. We can do multiple things in an hour session, whereas in a 45, we tend to keep it a little bit more concentrated. There's not one that's better than the other. I think it really just comes down to, do you want 45 minutes or do you want an hour? And those readings can be booked at travisholp.com. Right now, I believe I'm booked out until the end of March. So if you're curious in a session or curious about booking an appointment with me, I would highly recommend it if you have the time and that's something that's calling to you. Because especially as I get back on the road in 2026, I might be backing off of one-on-one readings, but until then, yeah, I mean, and an hour is great. Like, I prefer the hour, but I get it. People, tight on time, or maybe they just want a reading that's a little bit more cost effective, and that's fine. We can do that. Thank you so much. Chance asked if I was intuitive as a kid. Yeah, super. I was called sensitive, and I do still use the word sensitive, but I use it lovingly. Oh, my ear's ringing. I'm using it. I use the word sensitive so lovingly because I think those of us that are psychics and mediums and healers and all of that, we have to be in tune with energy, and that requires a level of sensitivity, which is great. Like, I wouldn't want to be any other way. It used to drive me crazy, but I wouldn't want to be any other way now. Saw you in Buffalo and you're amazing. Thank you. Buffalo was a fun night. That was such a fun show. They're all fun, but that one was extra fun. Thank you, Susie. I'm so happy to be a part of your routine. How do the past family members communicate with you through a reading? Do you just hear them or do they show you messages? Beautiful. I see, hear, and feel. Me feeling is my strongest sense. Seeing and hearing comes through pretty well, but it's kind of like words or pictures like that'll like flash through my mind, or like high pitch ringing like I keep getting now. And so when I am receiving like that, it's kind of like a game of charades with spirit. Things are coming through and I'm sharing and delivering the information in a way that makes sense to the person that I'm with. But they'll kind of implant, little like thoughts or ideas in my mind. And then it's up to me to kind of feel it out and interpret it and share it. Oh, thanks, Anne. I'm so glad that you're here. Tracy asked, hey, Travis, what do you hope readers take away from the book, especially those who might be skeptical about mediumship? So here's the thing that I hope people take away from the book is that they take away that the most important thing that we can be is ourselves, that we be our most authentic selves. That's when life really opens up for us, is when we are that as authentically aligned version of ourselves as we can. If somebody is skeptical about mediumship, that's okay. The thing is, I think it's a big thing to say that somebody talks to people who have departed. Like, I get that's a big thing to claim. The other thing that my therapist so kindly points out, Michael, who I talk about in the book, is that this work touches on the thing that people are afraid of most, and that's passing away, or that's what happens when we die. And so I hope that people take away that there is no death, that physical death is a doorway for our souls into something else, and that we truly do not depart, or we don't die, rather. Peggy said, I just want to thank you for your posts. The fact that someone's incredibly proud of me makes me feel better. While dealing with my mom. And I genuinely mean that. I am genuinely proud of everyone. You know, I say I love you and I'm incredibly proud of you because it's a lot to be human. This is not easy all the time. And so when I say that, I genuinely mean it. Would love for you to come to the UK for a tour. Listen, John, the UK, Australia, I'll come. We just need venues and we need to sell tickets. That's all we need to do. Thank you, Anna, for being here. Yay. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so excited to be here. I'm live with TalkShopLive. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on YouTube right now, and I'm live on TalkShopLive. So I'm so excited to be live in 4 different places right now, which is so cool. We're here talking about my very first book, Are You There, Spirit? It's me, Travis. Available now. If you are wanting to purchase a copy for yourself, you can comment. If you're on Instagram and Facebook, comment shop and we'll send you a link to purchase. If you are watching through TalkShopLive, you can purchase through the link. If you are watching through YouTube, there's a link in the comments for you to be able to snag copies of the book. Thank you, Candace. I love you so much. Thank you for being here, friend. I really appreciate you. And the signed copies, I signed them all with love. I put a little intention in each one that I signed. So it's such a fun thing to be able to do and to offer all of you, and I'm just so grateful for TalkShop for allowing us to have this time together. And like I said, I haven't gone live in so long, so I'm thrilled to be live here and answering questions about the book. Someone just Saint Cecilia asked, do you think you will write another book? Yeah, I absolutely do. And I already have an idea of what it would be, but I will absolutely write another book. My book is in stores, Alexa, just to answer your question, it is in stores. You can get it here tonight on TalkShopLive, so you don't have to go to the store. We're saving you a trip. Hi, Kim. It's so good to see you. Anne asked, where did you get your lovely warrior unicorn sign? Yes, the warrior unicorn sign behind me was a gift from my friends for my birthday. They got me this beautiful hot pink neon sign, and I love it so much. The giant amethyst, and you are an OG person, because if you watch my videos back in the day, I would pick up this big piece of amethyst and wave it around in the video. The amethyst is here. It's in my living room. It's downstairs. She is sitting basking in the sun. Well, there's no sun right now because we're in Washington and it's, midnight at 4:45. But she is basking in the sun. She's living her best life. Do you think that pendulums are a good medium to contact spirit? Yeah, absolutely. I think pendulums are great. I think crystals are great. I think tarot cards are great. I think Ouija boards are great. I think whatever you're using, just set the intention of who you want to communicate with. Do you need them? No, they're tools. They are tools like anything else. Ultimately, the communication is happening through you. So while the tools are great, don't need them, but I think they're fine. If you like them, use them. I used to use them. Back in the day, honey, I couldn't do anything in my life without asking my pendulum. I had to put it down. I had to live my life a little bit. But remember, nothing is going to be stronger than your intuition. Nothing. But I think the tools help you strengthen your intuition. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, what's my favorite place in Tacoma? The Hobnob. If you live in Tacoma, Washington, or nearby, and you want a great breakfast or a great brunch, the Hobnob. It's my favorite place. I might need to go there Saturday morning for some brunch. It is my favorite place. Should we all go to brunch? Should we all go to brunch, y'all? Do you receive from your family or personal relationships that have passed? I do. I do receive them. I ask my loved ones for specific signs. I ask my loved ones for specific signs. I ask them to deliver them in a way that I can't miss. But I do talk to my loved ones. I do hear them from time to time. I hear my granny all the time. I have on my desk one of her bells. She used to have a bunch of these bells around, very witchy. If you know, you know. But yeah, my granny was the one who kind of got me started in spirit communication. So after she departed, my papa, who is now departed as well, gave me one of her bells, and I cherish it. Kim, no way, you've been to the Hobnob? I love it. Let's see. Anna asked, do you have signs from your grandpa when he passed? Yeah, I get signs from him all of the time, which is so funny. Lacey, thank you. I'm excited to be here on live. Lacey, it's been years since I've been live. I'm just grateful to be here. I don't even know what people do on lives. I was like, we'll talk. Well, I'm living my QVC dreams, selling my book on, honey, sign me up for QVC. I would love to do like a QVC show sometime, but I get to do it here. I manifested this. So this is me hosting my own my own show for a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to go through questions. Matthew said, listening to your book, helping me reconnect to my spirits and feel not so alone. That's really beautiful. Thank you. Sending you love and light as you keep growing through your journey. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's why I wrote the book, to remind people that they are divinely connected. And I think that's one thing that I hope people take away from the book, is the reminder of that connection. Oh, okay. This is a great question asked. If they can communicate, does that mean they're not at peace? No, that's not what that means. When we depart our physical vessel, when we leave this behind, we are still energy. The energy that's inhabiting this now is the energy that we are. If they're communicating, they are absolutely at peace. Absolutely. And you need a class on manifestation. Well, you're in luck, because just today, we opened up the new Transform with Travis membership community. It's a space all for manifestation, connecting to spirit, learning about signs. You can find that information through my Instagram bio or on my website, travisholp.com. That's also where you can get live show tickets, book readings. If you're in the Manhattan area on Monday the 15th, or in the Philadelphia area on Tuesday the 16th of this month, I have 2 live shows this month in both of those cities at City Wineries. It's going to be a great time. And tonight we're here with Talk Shop. Are You There, Spirit? It's me, Travis. As a reminder, if you are watching on Instagram or Facebook, you can comment shop. We'll send you the link for the book. If you're watching through Talk Shop, there's a link to purchase. If you're watching through YouTube, the link is in the comments. Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you for joining the membership. I'm so excited. Oh, and thank you for joining the live too. I have seen Acid for Squares. Maybe you'll see me there. Maybe. How do souls transfer? They just move into the next vessel. It's that's it. You've been told that your niece's baby has your grandpa's soul. That's interesting. I've heard people talk about that. I think sometimes maybe we get some of the essence, or we get some of the characteristics. I don't know. I have an interesting feeling about those things, but that's just my own personal opinion. Hi, Jessica. Thank you so much. Julie, do you ever feel like departed are frustrated because they are not physical anymore? No, I don't. If it's the opposite. It's the opposite. It's the thing is that this is just a vessel that we're in. Our ego will tell us that we need to be attached to this. Our ego is going to tell us that we absolutely have to be attached to this. That's why we're afraid of physical death, or that's why we create the fear around physical death. But there is nothing to fear, and our loved ones are not frustrated that they're not in a physical body. Not at all. Oh, hi, Brown Sugar in Canada. How are you? I want to do shows in Canada as well. Canada, the UK, and Australia. I would love to come do live shows there. Soon. But in the meantime, New York City, Philadelphia, it's going to be a great time next week in those cities. Why can't I let go of a man who I want to have a relationship with? Well, sometimes we find ourselves attached to certain people because we convince ourselves that that person is going to make us happy, but that's not true. We have to make ourselves happy. Relationships they're mirrors for us. So they always bring up the things that we're still healing. Just be kind to yourself. Hi in Tennessee. It's so good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hello, Jasmine. Hi from Rhode Island. I'm so excited to be here. And I'm just so excited to be talking about my book. Are you there, Spirit? It's me, Travis. Life Lessons from the Other Side. I wrote this book the beginning of this year, and so it's so crazy that it's like out. It's here in real life. I want to show you all. My publisher did such a great job with this book that I love the. So when I was a kid, I would take the sleeves off of books, like the little jacket sleeve. I am in love. First of all, I love this color of blue. This is so stunning. But then I also love the foil details. Oh, holding upside down. The foil details on the side, this hot pink foiling. So nice. So nice. Oh, I hope that you're resting after having surgery. Hi in Peru. It's so funny, Ashley. I just did a round of shows in Florida in October. It was a great time. Florida is a great crowds. You know what's so funny? I would love to do a show in Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City sounds so fun to me. I would love to go. I don't know how mediumship would go there, but I think it'd be so fun. Well, I'm so excited that you're going to have some downtime to read it, but not excited because it was surgery, but I'm glad that you're getting some downtime. Seems like it might be needed. Matthew asked, I absolutely wish I can keep the feels, divine warmth I feel after I've connected to spirit for another person. It's euphoric almost. Yeah. How do you manage the ups and downs of emotions that come with connecting to spirit and then back into the real world? This is such a good question. So Matthew, you're so right. Because when I'm connecting to spirit, I'm like up here, I'm excited. And then the next day, what used to be would feel like a crash, where it would be like oh my God, like almost like energetic hangover. So what I have to do is after I have connected in that way, I make sure that I eat some really nutrient dense foods. I make sure that I meditate. I make sure that I gently bring my nervous system back down. I had to learn how to do that because otherwise you just kind of feel like you've been ejected from, a car. But the other thing too is when you experience that big kind of energy from connecting to spirit and you've kind of come back down, what's happened is you expanded for a little bit and then you've just come back down to kind of like your natural state. Eventually you'll get to a place where you're just in a more expansive state and those dramatics don't hit you so hard. It just takes time to expand, Matthew. Making sure that you're doing sitting in the power meditations multiple times a week. Those are great because it helps you to build that energy. That's all it is. It's like working out. It'd be like if you went and hit a really hard workout and you'd never worked out before, and the next day you're just going to be so sore. And so it's kind of like you have to build up to it. That's a beautiful question, though, Matthew. Lola asked, how do you turn on and turn off your abilities? Can you control when you receive messages? So for me, What I do is I kind of like turn it down, like when I don't want to be receiving, and then I turn it back up when I'm ready to receive. I can never turn it off fully because it's part of who I am, but I can absolutely turn it down. Yeah, Matthew, it's, you know, it just takes practice, and it takes just, kind of being okay too when you hit that kind of that slump, and being okay with it. And knowing that that's what it is. It's just you feeling the contrast of the energy. That's all. Brittany asked, "Hi, Uncle Trav. Do you recommend any particular items to share offer for spirit, like flowers or specific candles? A good old white candle will do you good. I keep roses. I'm looking because I've got them down here, but I don't want to reach for them. I have butterfly pea flower for manifestation. It's like a blue flower. And then rose petals. Those are my favorites. How do you maintain friendships and relationships with your gift of being a medium? Boundaries. I won't read for my friends. Well, sometimes I'll deliver a message here or there, but I typically won't read for friends. People that come into my sphere and they go, "Oh, you should read for me sometime." I always tell them, like, "Do you want to be my friend or do you want to be my client?" You can pick, but you can't be both. But there are clients that have, like, after time become friends. But I read for them first. So, but you know what's so great? I have the best group of friends. None of them ask me for readings. Like, none of them ask me for readings, which is so funny. I will give them, though. Sometimes I'll pull out the tarot cards, and I'll pull cards for them because I just blame the cards. If you are joining us, if you're new to the live, if you're hanging out with us, my name is Travis. I'm a medium. If you don't believe in mediums, just consider me your gay uncle who knows a lot. I don't think I can curse here on Talk Shop, so I'm not going to. This is my new book, Are You There, Spirit? It's me, Travis. We are selling signed copies this evening. If you're joining us from Instagram or Facebook, comment the word shop and we will send you a link. If you are joining us from YouTube, the link to purchase is in the comments. If you're joining from TalkShopLive, the button there to purchase is right there. The strong boundaries you have to have for both humans and spirit. You are such a fundamentally awesome person. Oh, thank you so much. This is my first time doing a live in, I think, 2 years. Like, it's been a while, if not two, at least one, but I haven't gone live in, I can't tell you how long. But when TalkShopLive asked if I wanted to do a live to celebrate the book, I immediately said yes. It's just so funny because I just don't know. Like, when I go live, I'm like, what do I do? Which is so funny because I do live shows. Like, you would think that somebody who has a live stage show would know what to do when they go live. But, here we are. And speaking of live stage shows, if you are in New York City or Philadelphia, I will be at City Winery December 15th and December 16th, doing my live show, Medium Travis Holp Live, which is an evening of spirit-led evidential messages from those that have departed, delivering validation that your loved ones are still with you and still walking with you. And it's such a beautiful thing to attend. Maybe it's the part about having to see your own face. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like I can do that. It's really and I love that y'all are asking so many beautiful questions. For me, it's kind of like, what do we talk about? Someone asked, do I have a favorite other medium? I love Teresa Caputo. Teresa Caputo is like my, I don't know. She's like my Michael Jordan. I would love to meet her. I don't think I'd want a reading. I would just want to meet her. I'd want to ask her so many questions. Someone asked if I was a Virgo. I am a Virgo. I am so a Virgo. What gave it away? Was it my perfectly organized back wall? I'm a Virgo sun, Aries moon, Sagittarius rising. My Mercury is in Libra. My Venus is in Scorpio. So essentially, I need you to be obsessed with me. Yeah. Yeah, Matthew, you're right. Thank you so much for that. But it is different being in the presence of others for sure. And I totally move my hands when I talk. I'm not Italian, but I may as well be. Um, I do occasionally connect with pets, Shelby, that have crossed over. Occasionally they do come through. Yeah, Shauna, Teresa is amazing. Um, yes, I loved her show too. Loved her. Um, can anyone have the ability to connect to the other side? Yes. Everyone has this ability. I call it an ability because it's something that we can all do, but it's a gift because of the healing that comes from it. So, yes, everybody can. There are tips to connect in the book, tons of stories of connection in the book. So, I highly recommend checking it out. I'm so proud of this. This is like a manifested dream come true. And yeah. Oh, hi, Spency. So King the Kind popped into Instagram. He is my trainer. He is responsible well, he's not responsible for me. I'm responsible for me, but he's a trainer that I'm working with, and he's fantastic. Curious what your favorite tarot or oracle deck is. Oh, yes, my favorite tarot deck. Hold on. Okay. My favorite tarot deck is right here. This is the one that I use for myself. You see my little unicorn bag? You see my little unicorn bag? It's frayed though. It got like a little rip. We had a travel accident. You are by far the most positive and loving medium I've come across. Oh, thank you so much. And that's so nice of you. This is called the Star Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks. The artwork is so beautiful and fun. And I don't know, I resonate with the energy of this deck so much. These cards are for the last reading I gave myself. It was it was a good reading. It was the Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Wands, King of Pentacles, and Three of Wands. It was a good reading I gave myself. I only use cards for myself. I don't use cards in my sessions. I'm not against cards. I love them. I get my tarot read here and there, but I use cards for myself. I use them as a self-discovery tool. In my sessions, they're purely spirit-led. Did you ever have a spirit that wouldn't shut up or leave you alone? No. I close the door. When I'm done with connections, I close the door. Oh, thank you, Meg. I so appreciate that. The colors in that deck are bright and comforting. Are you there, Spirit? It's me, Travis. If you are, we're going to be closing the live in a couple minutes. I'm going to take a few more questions, but I just wanted to just throw that in there, that if you are shopping from Facebook or Instagram, you can comment shop and they'll send you a link to purchase the book. If you are watching from YouTube, there's a link in the comments. And if you're watching from TalkShopLive, there's a link. Someone asked, Jess says, when you are desperate for things to happen, does it make it hard for them to come true? Yeah, because when we're sitting in desperation or lack, we're creating a large gap between us and what we want. So we have to be appreciative of where we are and what we have and allow that to create room for more. What do I think of pick a card readings on socials? I think they're great. I think if you see a reading and you're like, that feels good, take it. Met you at a show a few months ago and you were just as sweet in person as you are in your videos. Oh, thank you so much, Jackie. I really appreciate that. Oh, yay. Koski Meg, what city did you come to a show in? I can only see the username. I can't see a picture. I can only see your username. What show did you come to, Koski Meg? I'm curious. I hope I said your username right. You just realized the parallel to Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Yeah, so the first book that I ever fell in love with was Super Fudge by Judy Blume. And so my publisher actually picked the name of the book. And so when they introduced their idea of the name, I was like, yeah, we're going with that. So let go for them to manifest correctly. Let go of the I need to have this in order to be happy to manifest. Let go of that need. Be happy now. I know that sounds like oh, just be happy now, but it's true. And if you're interested in learning more about manifestation or conscious creation, my new membership, Transform with Travis, I love the name. I hope you like the name. I thought it was fun. Is also open. You can sign up at travisholp.com. You can find readings with me at travisholp.com. All the things. The first class that we're going to be doing together on Thursday in my membership is connecting to signs, understanding them, how to receive them, all of that. What was the most challenging part of the book writing process? Oh, the most challenging part, I think, Sarah, was wanting creativity to flow through me when I needed it to. But it was also the easiest because when it was coming through, honey, it was coming through. But yeah, there were times where I would sit to write and I'd be like, oh my gosh, nothing is coming out. And so, I think with creativity, what I've learned from this is that to channel it better, I think it's kind of like me. By the end of the book, I could sit and channel and it was great. At the beginning of it, it was a little tough, but it was like mediumship. When I would first start giving readings, sometimes it would just kind of come through. But now with mediumship, if I sit down and I focus, I can then channel it, if that makes sense. And I think creativity works kind of the same way sometimes in some regards. Oh, Kristen, it's so good to see you, friend. A medium in learning. I love that. Well, we all are mediums in learning, Judith, and you have a lot of family on the other side. Love the daily videos. Need to look and see if we're going to be anywhere close to South Central Kentucky. I'm not sure where Louisville is in conjunction to South Central Kentucky, but I will be in Louisville in February of 2026. So watch out for that. Koski Meg, when you said class on Thursday, felt this pull in your chest. Yes, to register or to sign up for my membership, where we have monthly classes, you can go to travisholp.com and then go to the Transform with Travis page, or go to my Instagram or go on my Facebook, and then my link in bio is there. Oh, hey, Heather. Yay. I would love to do a show in DC. That would be so fun. How do you balance being medium Travis with having my human experience, Travis? Baby, it's both and, because the human experience, Travis, and the medium Travis, it's like they go hand in hand together. It's actually kind of nice because I get to just show up in my life as just all aspects of me wherever I am, and that feels really fun. Because I think for a long time I would separate them, and now I just get to be an integrated human soul. Perfect. If spirit has a sense of humor, what's the funniest message you've ever received? I was at a show in Oklahoma, and a woman told me to tell her niece to grab life by the, and the niece had a keychain with that on the keychain. And she goes, that was the last thing my aunt said to me. So that was pretty funny. Okay. I am, Therese asked, can I tell if someone else has this gift? Yeah, usually. And for me, when I see somebody who has the ability or who's just extra connected, let's say, they just kind of light up for me. Their crown chakra lights up and I can see the activation of their crown, third eye, and throat. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. It's been a pleasure. I see so many more questions trickling in, which just says to me, I'm going to go live again. And this has been such a fun time. I'm so grateful for all of you. My book, Are You There, Spirit? It's Me, Travis, is available. You can buy it here through TalkShopLive. If you're on TalkShop, if you're on YouTube, there is a comment or a link in the comments. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, you can just comment shop and we'll send you a link. This was so fun, TalkShopLive. Thanks for hosting me on multiple platforms. So if you were watching me on Instagram, I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on the YouTube at the same time. I'm in multiple places. Ah! Y'all, I love you all so much. I'm incredibly proud of you. Please shoot me a DM. Let me know what you thought of this live, what you would like to see in future lives as well. I love you all. I'm incredibly proud of you. Please keep just being yourselves and sharing your light with the world. This is a time where it's needed, it's necessary, and we need as many people shining their lights as brightly and authentically as they can. Thank you all so much for being here, and we'll see you next time.